What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Gould's Gaming and Tech channel. We have something pretty interesting that I think a lot of us have some kind of awareness about. At least we were young at one point. We watched the Jetsons. It was very futuristic. They had flying cars left and right. And we always begged the question and wondered, when will we have flying cars? Obviously, we have airplanes, jets, helicopters, all that stuff. When will we be able to make it, I guess, a hybrid of road slash air travel? Because obviously if it's strictly air travel, it's considered an aircraft. But apparently there's a flight certified electric vehicle. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to check out this article. But before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's definitely appreciated. And if you're new or returning, make sure to hit that like button. It's appreciated as well. And also, if you want to do a little bit of extra and you're really enjoying the content and you want to be a part of this group here we have at Gould's Gaming and Tech, you also can hit that join button and become a member. There's different tiers, so on and so forth. And also, if you're liking any of these videos, a little bit extra, down below the video, there's like a heart symbol where you can comment and like and all that stuff. And you can give like a special thanks to help push the channel forward and support the channel. So it's greatly appreciated. So they have the world's first flying car. Model A is what it's called. It gets flight certified and is 100% electric. I see wheels on it, so I'm assuming it drives and flies. But I wonder I wonder how far can it go? Because we know with electric vehicles, they have a certain range that they can go. Most cars nowadays can go in between 200 and I would say about mid 4 to 500 miles on a single charge, roughly. Obviously, driving conditions, weather conditions, your driving patterns, all that stuff matters. So for this one, I wonder what's the how do they figure out how far this thing can go? I don't care if it's just we got it off the ground for 2 seconds, it could fly. No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Let's see. It says a fully electric car you could drive on public roads and fly to skip traffic. May sound like something out of a sci-fi movie. Okay, I have questions. It can fly and skip traffic. You know how, obviously, this thing is going to cost a billion, gazillion, quadrillion, gazillion dollars. So nobody in their right mind will be able to possess one of these unless you are Elon Musk, which I doubt he would buy someone else's car. He would just make it himself. Or Bezos, whoever. You got to be in that category to get one of these. So don't even worry. We won't get it. But yeah, to be able to drive and then skip traffic by flying in the air, it sounds good in theory, but you have overpasses, pedestrians, obstructions above the ground level like traffic lights, power lines, buildings, overhangs, just all that stuff. You're gonna have to account for this. And I'm assuming you're gonna have to get a pilot license for this. You can't just be like, oh, I have the money, let me go get one of these things. Meanwhile, you don't know how to drive it or fly it, and you're crashing into all that stuff I just named. Power lines, traffic lights, and all that stuff. Because just like accidents happen on the ground, now you have something that can go on the ground and the air. You're going to have accidents. And, you flying that close to the ground and close to all these obstructions and buildings and stuff like that, you might be prone to, clipping something. Just saying. Sounds good in theory. Let's see. It says the company revealed Tuesday that its flying car, Model A, become the first of its kind to receive legal approval to fly from the U.S. government. So I think with drones and stuff like that, it's something that you have to get approved, depending on what kind of drone you get and how high you want to fly it and so forth, and where you want to fly it. You have to get approval to fly those, and that's just the drone. So imagine a whole vehicle. There's going to be some extra steps you have to take. Like I said, this isn't for everybody. So if you're getting excited about this idea, lose it, because this is not for everybody. First electric car. The same year, Marty McFly. Okay, now they're talking about Back to the Future. Yeah, okay. So we all know the idea of flying cars has been around for a while. In 2016, the company's built the first subscale prototype. Okay. The scale okay, so the company's called Alef Alef. Alef or Alef, one of those. Let's see, electric, and it's all electric. So look at these. These are some pictures right here. Let's see if we can get a better view. It's funky looking. I mean, it kind of looks like a boat, like a mini boat. It's. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It's an ugly car. If that's just a regular car, it's ugly. I ain't gonna lie. How do I get out of here? It's weird looking. Like, look at this thing. Like the cabin area where you sit is very small looking. I want to know what makes this run. I mean, what is that stuff? It looks like scales or something. It's like vented. I don't know. It is a weird car. Put down in the comments below how much you think something like this will run, because it's not going to be cheap. I'll tell you that. Look at this. I'm sorry, but this is ugly. This is ugly. Even if it could fly and I could be the first, I wouldn't get it. It's ugly. Look at this cabin area. This is horrible. This is weird. Make it look cooler. I'm sure they can, but you know, with aerodynamics, you got to do certain things. Yeah, there's a tire under here. Is this just a shell, or is it like different under? Like, can you take this off, or I don't know. That's funky looking. Alef Model A was the first vehicle of its kind to receive a special airworthiness certification from the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration. The CEO, let's see what the CEO said. We're excited to receive this certification from the FAA. It allows us to move closer to bringing people an environmentally friendly and faster commute. Okay, yeah, I misspoke. So it's not an engine in here, obviously, because it's all electric. So, sorry, it's not an engine in there. Saving individuals and companies, because they're trying to market. They're like, hey, we know the companies will benefit from this. They're going to buy these things outright. It's more of a promised investment. It'll save them hours of work. This is one small step for planes, one giant step for car. Oh, great. You're, recycling quotes. Alef is developing additional models, including a 4-person sedan Model Z. How about you not create another model yet and make this model, like perfect this model and put this out first before you start making another model, because you don't even know if this thing is going to work, first of all, in a sense of practicality. Second, you might not have a lot of people buying it. Like, I know this is not going to be cheap. What does it say? The Model Z, at least, not the Model A, is slated to debut in 2035. Whoa, my gosh. With a starting price of $35,000, the company claims that it will have over 300-mile fly range. Okay. With an over 220-mile driving range. Okay. So, yeah. I don't think that's a good idea. I think you should focus on the Model A first, if this is real and this will actually come out. Focus on the Model A first. That price, do not believe it. That is not going to happen. They're going to figure out, oh man, production, it costs so much. Just look at Lucid, for example. Their new startup electric vehicle company, supposedly we're going to rival Tesla. The model, everything was great, but guess what? They can't deliver on their promise with production lows. Not as many people as they thought were going to reserve and purchase these vehicles. Yes, they did have some. They're based out of California. They have a good amount, or I would say a decent amount of sales out of California. But other than that, nationwide, they're struggling. Their stock is very low. They can't get these things out because production, supplies, and all that. They're having issues with that. And they're pricing these vehicles at like 80-something thousand and above, and you're a startup company. It makes no sense. So they should have just focused on one model first, made it affordable, made it efficient, put that out, test the water, see what's up. So you're not losing so much money on your investment. I would give the same advice to this Alef company, or Alef, however you say it. Just perfect the first model, put that one out first, make it a reasonable price that people can actually get their hands on it. Do your marketing and promotion via word of mouth, by people saying, oh my gosh, this thing is amazing, it's great, it's affordable, blah, blah, blah. Once you start hitting those first, second, third, fourth quarter sales and blowing it out of park like Tesla does, Then you think about, okay, let's make another model and go from there. That's just me. I'm not a super, business guy. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but that's what I would do. Just because I've seen some companies start up and that's all they did was start up. They didn't last the test of time, but hey, do what you want. I won't be buying it. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know what you think about it. What do you think about the design? Is this something you want? Imagine the people who don't know how to drive flying over you in this freaking hybrid vehicle flying thing, and you're like, what the hell? Think about it. There's something you got to think about. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.